Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she take nobody like she. Jane and Jane, and she take nobody like she. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she rocks her body with heart. Jane and Jane, and she rocks her body with heart. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she walk up in with style. Jane and Jane, and she walk up in with style. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and the village fire run wild. Jane and Jane, and the village fire run wild. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she take your body like she. Jane and Jane, and she take your body like she. Jane and Jane, and she take your body like she. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she take nobody like she. Jane and Jane, and she take nobody like she. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she rocks her body with heart. Jane and Jane, and she rocks her body with heart. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she walk up in with style. Jane and Jane, and she walk up in with style. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she take nobody like she. Jane and Jane, and she take nobody like she. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she take nobody like she. Jane and Jane, and she take nobody like she. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Run a polka dot, something rock away, run a polka dot. Jane and Jane, and she rocks her body with heart. Jane and Jane, and she rocks her body with heart. Run a polka dot, something rock away.
Yes, my name is Justice Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cup. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data. I have none.
Hello, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
You could probably, on the maritime area, give Venezuela a channel out to the sea. So you make a slight concession in the maritime.
And you're confident that you're going to deliver credible and fair elections?
Of course. Only one way I know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You got to get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You got to get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
Hello, good evening. This is Lemon. We appreciate all of you tonight to listen to our show, and I'm back on the job, live and direct in the studio. Cheers. Cheers.
So, good evening and welcome to Straight Up. My name is Mark Benchap. You heard for yourselves, right? Many of you thinking that, oh, there's no Lemon and Lemon doesn't exist. It's not true. Lemon is in the studio. Basically, let's start off, first of all, by saying thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. Lots of good things we have to talk about that you guys have done for 2023, including confronting the corrupt PPP regime at every level. But first of all, you guys heard about the story about Lemon, right? We have lots of things we need to talk about, but we're warming up, so to speak. I noticed folks are saying they want to see Lemon's face. I'm not sure about that. But Lemon, you're not supposed to be on the job. You got fired again. Why exactly are you back? You turned up in the studio when you weren't supposed to be here. But what's going on, Lemon?
Yes, I turn up because...
you speak up, please. Speak up. Put on your thing, boys.
Yes, I turn up because I need my job and I need the audience, to beg for me to get my job back.
Okay, so you basically want those in the audience to beg so that you can get your job back. Quickly, guys, because we have lots of things we need to discuss, we need to talk about. Should Lemon get his job back or not? He wants you guys to take up on that to say whether he should get. This is about the sixth time you've been fired.
Yes.
What's going on in your life, Lemon? Talk to us. We know what's happening.
Well, I had some hard things, some little problems, I get solved. I promise you guys, next year will be quality and better.
Quality and better.
And better.
And better.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. But you go to Guyana often. Do people recognize you, Lemon?
Yes. In the plane, the airport,
Oh.
in the ground in Guyana. I was there. I just come back from Guyana.
So how is it that they recognize you, man? They don't see your face. They don't know what you look like. We should just turn the camera and let it. But how do they recognize you, Lemon? Come on.
They hear my voice. They know my voice. I speak when I'm speaking in the airport. So that's Lemon.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Father. Gosh, you see what we got to go through here. So you want your job back, and how much are you going to, in terms of promising that you'll stick around this time, Lemon? Because we don't have time to waste. In 1 second, Lemon, in 2024, we want to ensure that those corrupt elements in the PPP, we're going to go really, really rough on them. Why should we depend on you, Lemon?
Well, I promise I'll be 100% back on the job come next year.
Yep. Okay, and so that's it. So you just got back from Guyana, according to what you're saying. What's the situation in Guyana?
Things are very hard. Things are very hard in Guyana. Price they're expensive, and the corrupt regime seems to be doing anything about it.
They seem to be doing anything about it. Yeah, they're not doing anything about it at all. What is your take on this here, Lemon? If you can just let our listeners know, and good evening to all of you. Lemon is here with us. He's asking, Lemon, for those of you who don't know who Lemon is the operator who was left and been fired so many times. He's back. He's begging for his job tonight. How many of you think that he should be given an 8th chance? This is what's happening in Guyana, guys.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You got to get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You got to get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
So, Lemon, what's going on with what that lady just said there? Is that the reality in Guyana?
Yes, that's a reality in Guyana. Things are very hard.
But Guyana is supposed to be this oil-rich country. Are you feeling that? Are you sensing that on the ground, Lemon?
Well, for Jack, you and an alley. Not for the ordinary small man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, Lemon is not a man of too many words, especially when he doesn't take a shot, whatever it is that he drinks. But Lemon, you wanted to say something before I go on with the program?
Well, I wanted to know if anybody the audience want me back on the job, or would they want me to quit?
All right, stick away from the camera a little more, so don't come let them see your face. We don't ready for them to see you yet, Lemon, because we don't want people to identify you on the street. You say they identify you by your voice. You stick that side, and we're going to reposition the camera so that you could go over into the studio and do your job. You're just back on the job tonight. That's it. Just for tonight until I make that decision. We'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, my name is Jacinti Caldata from Vietnam. And since 1965, I become a voter. And I always place my ex next to the cop. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by 1 vote, they're losing it by data.
All right, welcome back to Straight Up. My name is Mark Benchop. We're not going to fall for that. You guys not going to catch us. The camera is not going to catch us off guard so that you guys can see Lemon and what he looks like. Lemon is back. Lemon is back in the studio. He's going to continue. He's going to work tonight, and we'll make that final decision. But lots of things we want to talk about, and while we just give you that little Lemon moment, to give you an update as to what's happening in Guyana on the ground and so forth. Hey, guess what? Guess what's happening? Let's start off with, well, you guys know the UK High Commissioner, right? Let's just say good night to her. Good night to you. Her name is Jane. And we just want to say good night to Jane. And maybe in a couple of days' time, we will say good night again to Jane. And we'll probably let you know, guys, all of you guys know why we want to say good night to Jane. But Jane is out there. You know, she's with those PPP guys and they're having a lovely time. I'm not sure where this is, but everybody seemed to be drinking up and enjoying themselves. And good night to Jane. Good night to UK High Commissioner to Guyana. Jane. Good night to Jane. Moving away, and there's a reason why we're saying good night to Jane. Okay, all right. Let you guys know some other time. But for now, guess what has happened? The PPP, the corrupt PPP regime, they have been after these guys for a long time. And anybody who happens to be mainly of African descent, we see them, they're going after them. All of these people, all of them, how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, the PPP caused to be charged. 9 of them, the Judicial or the Police Service Commission, 9 of them charged them. And Paul Slow was the chairman of the Police Service Commission. Then all these other people we see here, retired Assistant Commissioner Clinton Conway, all of them were part, retired Assistant Commissioner Claude Whitaker, retired Senior Superintendent Michael Sutton, and others. They were all part of the Police Service Commission. And after Irfan Ali was actually installed, they went after these individuals. They wanted, especially Paul Slow, they were after Paul Slow, trumped up charges upon charges. They arrested him, one of those Kunumunu police officer, raised him up by the back of his pants, and all manner of things. That is what's happening. We already know, we already see what is happening in Guyana. Trumped up charges against these guys. But guess what happened today? Let me see if you guys know what's happening today or what has happened today with the charges. Let me see whether I'm reading your comment. I see some of you are talking about the UK High Commissioner Jane. Okay, Erwell. Okay, let's just watch out for a couple days and see what happens. Who knows? GT Root Girl is saying that the case dismissed. The cases against these guys were dismissed. Dismissed. Again, you guys have been reading, you guys have been following the news, and Lemon, if you can click that button in your studio, have you been following the news? Do you know what happened to this case with Paul Slow and others?
Yes, the case got thrown out.
Did you read it or you watch photograph and you realize what's going on?
Well, I kind of read it and I watch the photograph.
You kind of read it and watch the photograph. One of the things we like about Lemon here, he is very honest. That is why sometimes we just give him his check with a photograph of the amount on it. All right, yeah, the case dash out. The case dismissed. Dismissed. And this is what the corrupt PPP regime, and you notice this here, Lemon, that the PPP regime, this is what they do all the time. They trump up these charges against people. They put them up there in order so that these people can be tied up in the court. That is what they're about. Do you see that as being a racist move on the part of the PPP, Lemon?
That is so racist. That is racist. That is stupid. That, those guys are goons. Ali, Jagdeo, Roxon Ben, those guys are goons.
They're goons indeed. That's coming from our operator, Lemon, who's getting a little opportunity to speak up. We want to groom him, so who knows? Maybe Lemon could get his own show right here on 107.1 FM. Call it Lemonade or something like that. All right, so Paul Slow and others, the matter was dismissed today, dismissed. There was no case in the beginning. Congratulations to Paul Slow. Congratulations to Clinton Conway. Congratulations to Michael Sutton. Congratulations to Claude Whitaker. Congratulations to Marceline Washington. Of course, all of these folks who were subjected to some sort of persecution on behalf of the corrupt the corrupt PPP regime, the corrupt PPP regime. That is what they're about. You know, this case, to our viewers and Lemon, I'm taking a look at this here, the case against the former chief elections officer of the Guyana Elections Commission, deputy chief elections officer, and returning officer for Region 4. These individuals, you see them there on the screen. We have Mr. the CEO, Lowenfield. We have Deputy CEO, Roxanne Myers. And we have the RO, which is the returning officer, Mr. Mingo. This case, these folks, they have been persecuted. And the trumped up charges against them is still before the courts and nothing at all. It goes to show how the corrupt PPP regime, the installed PPP regime, they are using the courts, they're using members of the Guyana Police Force to do their dirty biddings. That is what it is all about. And we're seeing the evidence. All these matters, all these cases are being dismissed for lack of evidence because there's no evidence. Why do you suppose that the PPP is comfortable prolonging this case? Because the longer it's in the system, it gives the PPP some timeline. It gives the PPP some timeline, and to create this impression out there that these folks have done something wrong, when in fact they have not done anything wrong. There is no evidence to point in that direction at all, despite what the corrupt PPP regime wants you guys to believe. Why you think they started with this propaganda about what was it again, Lemon? OP, what SOP? SOPs, and all these things. SOPs, statements of polls. Every minute they were talking about it. But are you surprised, though, Lemon, that they're no longer talking about SOPs? Are you surprised at all?
No, I'm not. They're just wicked.
Yeah, we like Lemon style. They're wicked. They're absolutely wicked. And they are corrupt. The corrupt PPP regime. They are persecuting people. Left, right, and center. They are persecuting people. Now, we heard something about this guy, Brian Max, and people have been calling and asking whether Brian Max is in the lockups, whether he attended court. I don't know what's going on, but I promise you that I'll get some information for you guys as soon as possible. As early as possible, I'll get some information as to whether Brian Max has been locked up, whether he appeared in court. I don't know. I just don't know. I haven't heard from Brian Max. Maybe I'll give him a call, but that's what's happening at this point in time. Michael Reed is asking any update on Brian Max. There's no update at this end, but I will try to get some information for you. Again, congratulations to Paul Slow and all of these other folks who were persecuted under the corrupt PPP regime, persecuted, fake charges, trumped up charges against them. Those charges were today dismissed. All of the charges dismissed. But we all knew what the PPP was about. We all knew that. What else is on the agenda that you guys want us to talk about this evening? Well, of course, we can talk about according to a source, that extradition requests were signed, according to a source, mind you. And how this operates now, so if the US, if they want someone to be extradited, let us give this example in the case with these two, father and son, who, according to information, and we saw what's in the, what was printed in the Reuters report, and the Reuters report say basically that they are under investigation for money laundering, gold smuggling, and you name it, the whole 9 yards. That's according to Reuters report. U.S. probing Exxon contractor, well, they're no longer a contractor, I don't think so, in Guyana for smuggling drugs, gold, and terrorism. And what's it? All manner of things. Well, we're hearing, according to information, that extradition requests were signed. Extradition requests were signed. Now, it's up to the U.S. authorities to decide on when they are going to notify those corrupt officials in Guyana that extradition requests were signed. In other words, the U.S. would like to have these two extradited to the U.S. They can jump up, they can dance up however much they want and cry and complain and cuss up and all manner of things. At the end of the day, it is what it is. They can jump and deny, and they can jump and say who mad and who not mad and who this and who that. At the end is who gets the last laugh. Now, that's not all. There are others that I'm sure the U.S. and the Canadians want. There are others. These two individuals are rivals in Guyana, said to be rivals. They're jumping on each other's throat and each other's back and whatever it is, taunting each other. The one with that big gun is Azraddin Mohammed, who loves to show off and flaunt his wealth and show off on social media and pretend as though he's an angel, but behind the scene, well, some of you would probably like to know, right? They're cussing up and they're going on and they're all manner of things as though he's running mad. And then the one on the right is Tamesh Jagmohan. All of them got their visas revoked. All of them are set to be wanted by U.S. law enforcement agencies and possibly other law enforcement agencies outside of the U.S. This is what's happening. This is what's happening right now. So especially the little boy with that big gun can jump up and go on and ting up and and who's crazy and who's this and that and cuss up. Proper, he could cuss up, He could cuss up. He could cuss up all he wants. Well, let us see what's going to happen soon. Lemon, do you think that once an extradition request is made officially to the corrupt government or the regime in Guyana, do you think they are going to let these guys up? Do you think they're going to sign that extradition warrant?
Well, they have to, because they're going to come and get them. Or they can't leave the country. They cannot leave Guyana.
Well, we already know that. Some of them pretend to have all the money in the world, but they can't travel. They can't travel the world. They can't go nowhere. Probably could go to Kokwani and back, or maybe Blackbush Polder, and that's it. But they can't go anywhere else. Are you feeling sorry for them, Lemon? I see you're doing it.
I can't feel sorry for those guys. Those guys are, steal a lot from the Guyanese people. You can't sorry for them.
Lots and lots of things happening indeed, and the U.S. seem to be willing to act at this point in time. Lots and lots of nasty things happening in Guyana. And you know what, Lemon, and to all of you who are watching tonight's program as well, when was the last time, all of you, when was the last time Jack Dale, you've heard Jack Dale traveled to the U.S. or visited the U.S.? When was the last time you guys saw that? Lemon? Have you heard Jack Dale coming to the U.S. anytime?
No, all of a sudden, Jack Dale, going to different places like Jamaica, Panama. He's not coming to the U.S. anymore. I don't know if he's scared to come here or what.
Have you heard, though, that Jack Dale has a hefty bank account, according to information, in China?
Well, I always hearing that, he have a hefty bank account.
Okay. And this happens to be out in China. Jack Dale has since denied that. But according to information, law enforcement agencies outside of the U.S. seem to be going after this bank account out in China. And maybe because Jack Dale knows that some law enforcement agencies are really after him this time, that he doesn't want to take the chance to visit the U.S. And it's strange that he hasn't visited the U.S. anytime soon, especially since that permanent secretary got her phone confiscated by U.S. agents.
Jack Dew's a chicken, you know. He only talks a lot, but he's a chicken.
A chicken indeed, and Jack Dew is afraid to visit the U.S. I repeat, Jack Dew is afraid to visit the U.S. If Jack Dew is not afraid to visit the U.S., then let him come to the U.S. sometime soon and have a meeting somewhere and let the people see that he can travel to the U.S. These are individuals who love. These are individuals who love to threaten people and who can visit Guyana and who can't visit Guyana and all manner of things. Well, here is where we're saying that Jack Dew, we're inviting Jack Dew, all of us in Queens, all of us in Brooklyn, all of us in Connecticut and Atlanta and other places, we are inviting Jack Dew to the United States of America so all of us can sit and have coffee together. Come on, Jack Dew. Take up on the offer. All of us will probably sit in Burke's basement and have coffee, roti, dal puri or something. Do you think that Jack Dew Lemon, do you think he would take up on the offer to visit?
No, he won't.
Why? Don't tell me he's such a pussycat.
Yes, and chicken.
He's a chicken, a pussycat and a chicken. He wouldn't visit. But why do you think he sits at his so-called press conference and he loves to abuse people out, Lemon?
Because I don't want to say the word.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of that.
Oh, he is. Really?
Yes.
A big one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You see, he's one of that and a big, big one.
If you just know you're that girl,
Yeah.
you just have no choice but to be that girl. And I feel like I'm that girl.
All right, so welcome back to Straight Up. If you're now joining us, my name is Mark Benchap. Lots and lots of things happening in Guyana. I heard recently that Christchurch, is it Christchurch? The school has not been rebuilt. Hundreds of millions of dollars spent and nothing at all. I repeat, absolutely nothing at all. What is going on? What is happening? The corruption is so rampant in the country. We all know what happened to that school in Linden, Lemon. And if we can get that school up there, please, Lemon. You know, don't let me fire you on the spot. Let's get the school, Lemon. You got it up?
Yes.
Yeah, there it goes. Thank you so much, Lemon. And now, if you take a look at this school, over $300 million, guys. Over $300 million, Guyana dollars, that is spent on this school. And nothing at all, nothing. Look at where the school is. A waste of taxpayers' money. But guess what, Lemon and others? This is just in Linden. Nothing at all. Christchurch, is it Christchurch School? Nothing. Hundreds of millions of dollars again, and nothing. Absolutely nothing. Corruption upon corruption. And Brenda Casey, you are correct that they just do not care about education in the system. They just do not care. And now here is something else, guys. If Lemon can just remove this, please. Yeah, thank you, Lemon. Here is something else I want to bring to your attention. Of course, Michael Reed, incompetent and contractors. They're not real contractors, mind you. A bunch of flatfoot hustlers. You know that big, dirty, bush hair kind of guy just out of the zoo? He got a contract for almost $1 billion. We don't call his name or whatever on here at all. We don't.
I want to call his name.
You want to call his name? But
critics.
Is that his name? We don't call that thing rattlesnakes and so forth. 800. Can you go to Guyana, Lemon, and get a contract for $8?
Well, I'm telling you the honest truth.
Yeah.
I would not go in any building or any bridges that thing building because he's no contractor. He knows nothing.
Lemon, you're getting very worked up. 39 minutes after 9 o'clock. My name is Mark Benchap, and welcome to Straight Up, all of you. I hope you've recovered from the Christmas. You've done a lot, and Boxing Day, you've done a lot. But guess what? The corruption continues. Corruption galore in Guyana. Corruption upon corruption upon corruption in the Guyana Police Force. We are hearing about corruption at CID headquarters, where some of those ranks are coming to New York, and they're sitting down and they're planning crimes, and all allegedly all are being investigated. And you know, whenever we speak on this show, we just don't talk, as the Guyanese would say, with water in our mouth. We just do not talk with water in our mouth. Quickly, guys, what else it is that you wish for us to discuss right here? Lemon, is there something else that's bothering you that we should talk about right now?
A lot of things bothering, let the people decide that.
Let the people decide that. Tonight seems to be a night that Lemon wants the people to decide on everything. Well, look, this boss head. This is a boss head that we want to talk about. This is a youngster who went along with his father, I believe, or his boss, to uplift some money from it's probably the other security firm, Jumbo Jet. And after going there, this is how they were treated. We just want to remind you guys again about all these evil things happening on the corrupt installed PPP regime. Take a look.
शॉट भाई दे दे भाई के लाखों रे भाई.
So those are the things that's happening under the PPP regime. There's no justice for anybody. There's nothing at all. But the big ones, the corrupt ones, those who are wanted by U.S. law enforcement agencies, those who are in the extradition list, those who are smuggling gold, smuggling drugs, involved in terrorism and all manner of things. Those are the ones who are getting all the big nice deals and the nice things in Guyana. And the ordinary people are struggling. Those corrupt individuals are the ones who control the Guyana police force. The big ones in the Guyana police force have to bow to those corrupt individuals. And so you can't see charges against those corrupt ones. You guys heard of Mark Vera, right? Mark Vera is the guy who rides a wrong motorcycle without helmet. And nobody should be above the law. Mark Vera should be allowed to wear his helmet just like anybody else. But putting that aside, Mark Vera was allegedly in some sort of altercation at the circuit, the racetrack or whatever car track. Allegedly in an altercation with somebody else. The somebody else we're not hearing about. There's no name, there's nothing about that somebody else. But the DPP, who is connected to Azradin Mohammed and those guys who are wanted by U.S. law enforcement agencies, we know, right? We see it, we hear in the news. We don't know if the altercation that Mark Vera had was with Azradin folks then. But what we do know is that suddenly the DPP, the director of public prosecution, decided that Mark Vera should have 5 charges instituted against him. 5 charges. Now, if there was, and here is where we got to put 2 and 2 together. We'll do the math, Lemon. Lemon, sorry about that, Lemon. Don't attempt to do the math because we already know where you stand on 2 plus 2. But if we were to do the math, Lemon, the math is something isn't adding up. If Mark Vera was in an altercation with somebody else, who is this somebody else? And is it one hand man? What is it? One hand man don't clap, right? Who is this someone else? And why is it that this other person has not been charged? And Mark Vera is the only one who was charged according to the DPP. Charge him 5 charges against Mark Vera, allegedly involved in an altercation. So if there was an altercation, who are the other people? Lemon?
Mohammed.
Well, we don't know whether it's Mohammed, whether it's his guys there. We don't know, and we can't say for sure that it's Mohammed.
Well, it's his team.
But we hear based on allegation. So you guys see what is happening in Guyana. You guys see, and this is why people should not trust the DPP. Do you feel comfortable with the DPP, Lemon?
No.
Why not?
It's one-sided. No, she's racist.
Why do you say she's racist?
Because who she prosecute most of the time, she don't prosecute the PPP supporters.
Do you think she's too much in bed or too much close to the Mohammeds then? And
well, everybody know that she's very close to the Mohammed.
yeah,
the Mohammeds do nothing wrong for her.
Okay, talk it, Lemon, talk it. 45 minutes after 9 o'clock in beautiful Georgetown, Guyana. You guys are seeing piece by piece the sort of corruption in Guyana. The corruption. If Mark Vera was allegedly that is involved in an altercation with whom? How is it that the others have not been charged? Look, for 2024, I don't know what's happening at the DPP chambers, but something is not right. It's not adding up. The math is just not adding up. It's 2 + 2 = 6.5 at the DPP chambers. Something is not adding up. And oftentimes a bunch of corrupt individuals, drug lords and money launderers and gold smugglers, they seem to be in control of things. Enough said on that. What else is happening in your minds as we take a look at some of your comments here? For 2024, what do you guys want? A lot of people, and look, people have a right to speak their mind. George Mutu is saying the DPP is a PPP stooge and a fake racist, of course, our religion and so forth. You know, we're very straightforward. We believe in freedom of speech. But what George Mutu is saying is the perception of so many Guyanese out there that members of the CIOG, which is the Central Islamic Organization of Guyana, the Central Islamic Organization of Guyana, as long as you are a member of that organization, guess what? And you have a heck of a lot of money, then the DPP is not going to have you charged with anything. As the Mohammeds have done, people get struck down on the road, all manner of allegations, accusations, and name it, from murder at Palm Court, every single thing. And we have seen thus far, we have seen that the DPP is not budging. We know what happened to that cop, Detective Sergeant, what's his name again, Lemon?
Bascom.
Yep, thank you. You were paying attention. Nothing, but instead of going after the those who are accused of heinous crimes, she went after Bascom. Bascom became the target for them in the Guyana Police Force, and the corrupt ones who pay members of the Guyana Police Force to do their dirty job. And that is how Guyana is at this point in time. That is how Guyana is. So what else on the agenda as we look at the time, Lemon? We're looking at what? 48 minutes after 9 o'clock. Is there something that you want to bring up that we haven't at this point in time?
When I come back to the Bascom case, I think it's wrong if you come in and say something, they should investigate. Don't charge him. Investigate the matter. Don't go out and defend somebody. Investigate to see what's happening, if it's true or not true. But the police force is so corrupt with Blenheim and that little short wimp, what's his name? The commissioner of police.
Yeah, and as we see, the acting commissioner of police is comfortable. He's very, very comfortable. And this is what these guys like to say. And recently we heard them in the situation with Rickford Burke, that the Guyana Police Force is in contact with the high command of the NYPD. But yet they lied about this situation. This is Hicken standing there with Azruddin Mohammed, who, according to information, is needed in the U.S. Extradition warrants have been signed, and so this acting commissioner of police is comfortable in the presence of these people, including Irfan Ali. And so you just spoke about the wimp in the Guyana police force. This guy, Hicken, who sits there and any single thing for the PPP, that is what he does. He gives them everything that they want illegally, that is, every single thing. And so he's not going to send his men them after to arrest Azruddin, to arrest Jack Mohan, to arrest others who are wanted by U.S. law enforcement agencies, according to information, and who are wanted by Canadian law enforcement agencies as well for money laundering and all that. He's not going to send the police after those individuals, but he's going to send his police from Georgetown to the U.S. to investigate your friend work.
Investigate for what? Who is the Guyana police force to come here to investigate?
That's another thing.
We got to start. You know, I'm sorry I have to say this. Looking for these guys when they get off the plane in America here.
Yeah. Well, I think it's something that the State Department has to start looking into these individuals and their visas and their families' visas as well. Because if they are going to come to the U.S. to commit crimes and violations of people's constitutional rights, well, then it's high time that a second look. And individuals have to start writing to their local congressmen and their senators and so forth, so that this cannot continue. The violation and the disrespect of people's constitutional rights in the U.S. Recently, a policeman from Guyana came up on what is said to be a visitor's visa, but he worked while in the U.S. That is something that has to be looked into. And the question is whether these guys are committing any sort of illegality on behalf of individuals who are wanted by U.S. law enforcement agencies. And if that is what they're coming to the U.S. to do, then it is time that their visas be revoked and sanctions against the installed government of Guyana. It is time for serious sanctions against the government. We heard Jack Deere is complaining now that he's disappointed that as a COP28 did not address climate finance and forest incentive. In other words, Jack Deere is vexed, Lemon and others, that at that conference that they basically escaped out of Guyana, paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, US dollars, to get on a flight back and forth, private jet. Now he's complaining that that conference didn't address climate finance and neither did it address forest incentive. What do you think that he's vexed about? That he's not getting the money, right?
Not the money. You need the money.
Yep, he needs the money. He went there so he can get his hands on the money. On the money. That is what he's upset about. On the money. So everything and anything to do with money, that is what Jack Deere is about. He's vexed. He's upset. Now, you guys heard that a former four-star general visited Guyana. And even with the situation with Venezuela, you guys also knew exactly what these corrupt vagabonds in the PPP would be doing next. So said, so done. They're now claiming that they need more money. Guess what they need billions of dollars for? Not to have free tuition at the university level. They're no longer concerned about free tuition at the University of Guyana. They're no longer concerned about that, something they stood on the platform and they promised the people free education, free tuition at UG. You not see them building schools and they're not. They're wasting hundreds of millions of dollars For example, the school in Linden, Christchurch, rebuilding of Christchurch, and all manner of things. You're not hearing that they're going to rebuild or equip schools with labs from Corriverton all the way to Lethem, Ituni, Kokwani, and those places. Nothing at all. You should see the conditions of some of the schools, a lot of schools that students have to attend. But guess what they're doing? Guess what this Looney Tune is now talking about? I want you guys to hear this here. It may not come as a shock to a lot of you. It may come as a bit of a shock to Lemon, because Lemon only pays attention to cost of living in Guyana. But guess what? Jagdeo now and the corrupt PPP regime, they are talking about billions of dollars for equipment. Guess for what? Guess for where? GDF. It begins with a GDF. You guys know what GDF stands for, right? Lemon, you know what GDF stands for, right?
Yes.
Let our audience know.
Guyana Defense Force.
Yes. Lemon is bright indeed. Give me a pong, Lemon. Here you go. Guyana Defense Force, guys. Seriously. Billions of dollars, Lemon, for the Guyana Defense Force. Billions of dollars.
Now.
Yep. So next year's budget, they are going to put billions of dollars because they got to get new helicopters, they got to get new guns. And guess who is going to be the contractor and the consultants and so forth in these things? Guess who? No, not that dummy. They're folks. It's about making money. So the crumbs that Guyana getting for the oil, the drilling of the oil out of Guyana, and billions of dollars being sent out of the country, and Guyanese getting just little crumbs. Y'all know who? The little crumbs now, billions of dollars, instead of it going the direction of building the schools, proper labs, whether computer labs or whatever. Guess what? It's not going to go into the schools. It's not going to go for infrastructure. It's not going to go for pay wages and increase in salaries and so forth. Billions of dollars going to go for sophisticated weapons now that the Guyana Defense Force need, right? They're going to buy at least 5 or 6 helicopters. The old stuff, and their friends and cronies are going to get the contract. They're going to be consultants, and they're going to inflate the prices. So if one helicopter costs about 300,000, 400, or 500,000 US, it's going to cost at least, you, the taxpayers, got to pay 1.5, 2 million, $3 million, and so forth. Then they're going to get their weapons. They're not going to get their weapons from America. They're going to go straight to oh man, give me a pong, Lemon. Lemon, you know what's going on. Y'all don't underestimate Lemon. They're going to get their weapons from China, right? Because right now they can't import weapons into Guyana from the US, because 2 of their weapon dealers have been banned from buying weapons in the US and send it to Guyana. They are under investigations. And these are the people that the PPP is comfortable with. One, whenever he travels back and forth, he's pulled in for fitness. The other one can't travel at all, because if he travels, and these are people that the PPP give the contract to buy weapons. And so they have caused the US to block any weapons coming out from the US to Guyana. They have blocked that as a result of 2 persons, and both of those 2 individuals are close to the PPP. One is definitely closer than the others. So what they're going to do now is billions of dollars, billions of your taxpayers' dollars, to this corrupt individual, Jack Gale, and now Irfan Ali. They are going to go to China to get the weapons. They're going to get old tanks. They're going to get all manner of things now, billions of dollars, because they want to ensure that the Guyana Defense Force is well equipped. That is where they're robbing the Guyanese people. No money going for increase of salaries and nothing, and cost of living going sky high. The people at UG don't know whether they have to pay for the tuition. They continue to pay Sorry, but there's no free tuition there at all because of a corrupt regime. We all knew that the minute we started to hear the song, what's the song by Tradewin again? Not Give Me a Pong, man. Bright bad. Yes. I'm brighter than Ear Finale and most of those in the PPP. Not a blade of grass. But since this whole so-called meeting in, where is it? Where they had that meeting, Lemon?
St. Kitts.
No.
Sorry.
Don't disappoint me, Lemon. Where they had that meeting, Lemon? St.
Vincent.
Oh, Lemon, right? Since they had that meeting in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, guess what? We no longer hear anything about Venezuela. They have shifted away from Venezuela and started charging people again and hunting down Guyanese and fictitious charges against Guyanese and all manner of things. So Venezuela done. We no longer hearing not one chorus. It's as though they took the guy that sang Not a Blade of Grass. Who is it that sang the song? Come on, Lemon. You can do it. Who sang the song? Get it who? Dave. Come on, Lemon. Lemon keeping his job. Lemon, you are going to keep your job here. People want this crazy bald head, this nutcase, this madman.
Take him off his.
Lemon, you got to take him off, please. Thank you, Lemon. Good. And so that is what's happening with your money. Billions upon billions of dollars. Now suddenly they got to go to the Guyana Defense Force. They need new weapons. Again, guess who is going to be bringing in those weapons? Their friends and their cronies.
We got to put the sheriff security.
Sheriff security.
Put them on the front line.
Oh yeah, and all these things we see happening. You guys got to be. You guys got to be prepared for 2024. Another corrupt year. Another corrupt year. They're fooling you, the Guyanese people, at every opportunity they have. They're fooling all of you. Every single one of you, they're fooling. Don't buy into their trickery. Tomorrow, Tantimor will go at his so-called press conference, and he's going to lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie to the Guyanese people. These people are not patriots. They're a bunch of corrupt vagabonds who should be behind bars. Listen to Jack Deere. He's the one who said this, you know.
You could probably, on the maritime area, give Venezuela a channel out to the sea. So you make a slight concession in the maritime area.
So, Lemon, you heard this guy talking about giving a slight concession to Venezuela so that Venezuela could go into Guyana's territory. And what is your take on this Looney Tune when you heard that?
I think Looney Tune think he owns Guyana. You know, he think Guyana is his own, and nobody else can do anything about it but him.
He says what he likes, talks about what he likes, call people all sort of names. The other day he said Rickford Burke is a half man. He said this.
I would say he's no man. He's a woman.
We'll take a quick break and be right back.
It's even more our border. And from someone, a low life like that, you.
What, he's calling people, he called Burke a half man. And coming from Jack Deere, that's a bit shaky. But then he called Cathy Hughes a low life, coming from Jack Deere again. It's a bit shaky. What's your take when he described Cathy Hughes, a member of parliament, former minister of information, a low life?
And he's a more low life than Cathy Hughes because Cathy Hughes is a brilliant woman.
But why do you think this low life, Jack Deere, this quarter man, Jack Deere, feels so comfortable saying these things and getting away with it? What gives him that authority, you think?
Because nobody don't go after him when he say these things. If people used to go after him, I guess he would shut up.
Go after him how? Lemon is showing me signs. Lemon is showing me cathedral signs. Lemon, we do not discriminate here. And if you say that they should go and pick him up at the cathedral and so forth and so on, we just don't discriminate. But and you guys should see the sign. Y'all want to see the sign Lemon showing me? Lemon is something else. Lemon is showing me the cathedral sign. Go and probably, I don't know what else is happening, but I notice Harry is asking me. Harry is saying here, Lemon, Mark, talk about the military helicopter crash and the deaths of the top military personnel. Harry, what is there to talk about? The PPP, we saw what the PPP did, Lemon. The PPP prostituted themselves. They sold themselves like prostitutes on this particular issue in order to cover up what may have happened. And to this day, we cannot hear anything about an investigation. We cannot hear anything about, especially an independent investigation, Lemon, on this particular issue. So what they did, right? And Otto Martin and all of you guys out there know what they did. They tried to cover up and try to divert attention from this crash. What really happened? Why were those men in that helicopter? What mission were they on? Who authorized that mission? But instead, what they did, Lemon and Otto Martin and all of you out there, and especially Harry, who asked that question, is that to divert attention, they go strict on East Bank Highway, and they call it now what? Heroes Highway. They named a section of a building after Gary Beaton, and all manner of things to divert attention. So now all of a sudden everything is over. We don't hear Dave Martin, not a blade of grass. There's nothing being said about the helicopter crash. Nothing being said about an investigation. Absolutely nothing.
Well, the people should demand. They want to,
What people? Are you going to call your friends in the opposition? Are you going to ask Aubrey Norton and others for a press conference, Lemon? I know you. 1 second, Lemon. 1 second. Thank you, Lemon. You still have some stuff hanging over your head walking off the job a couple of times. But I know you're a supporter of Aubrey Norton, and nothing is wrong with that, Lemon. But why are they so quiet on all these issues, sir?
The people should demand answers. They want to know what happened.
What people? Demand answers from where?
From the government.
What government? That's not a government they have in Guyana. It's a corrupt entity. It's a criminal entity.
Well,
you think Jack Dio is a fair leader?
No.
Good. You think Irfan Ali with 19 fraud charges, a man who was banned from entering Canada, is a fair leader?
He's a puppet.
No, but is he a fair leader?
He's a puppet.
Thank you, Lemon. But so then, who should the people demand answers? Who they should?
Well, from the military, or
you think the current chief of
or from the FAA?
The FAA is in America.
Well,
Lemon, you're having an Irfan Ali moment there for a second. But I agree with you, the FAA equivalent in Guyana.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lemon. I'm not, we have bright people working here with us, and Lemon is one of them. Lemon's sweating. Put on the AC, Lemon. Yeah, guys, so that is what the PPP does. Look, take, for example, they had, a COI on this here. Not a word about the COI on those 20 young people who lost their lives. But they rushed to charge an underage girl for setting this fire. No proper investigation, nothing, absolutely nothing, Lemon.
Is she still in jail?
She is still locked up.
Why?
Still locked up.
Why?
But they had a commission of inquiry, and now they're having they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on a commission, a so-called commission of inquiry, but the general public cannot know, they don't know what has happened. Nothing at all. And this is how disrespectful these corrupt Pakus are in the PPP regime. They are corrupt from top all the way down to the bottom. Corrupt individuals. Ask Priya Manichan, what's going on with the investigation? After this now, we get, what is it? The plane crash. After the plane crash, this guy who was once GDF chief of staff, what's his name again? The so-called prime minister. What's his name, Lemon? The prime minister Guyana.
I don't want to know his name.
The so-called.
I don't know his name. I'm not care about him too much.
Okay, you do not care about him. But Mark Phillips, you're right. I agree with you. He's basically a nobody, so to speak, right? And he gets vexed. He wants people to address him and salute him, but he's a nobody. Now, he is quiet. There is no proper investigation concerning this quote-unquote helicopter crash. Nothing. It has been weeks, and we haven't heard a thing about any investigation. If they needed to have what is called a commission of inquiry, then a commission of inquiry should have been done with this helicopter crash, and to invite outside investigators to have an independent commission of inquiry. But all of you guys out there know why they don't want a commission of inquiry, right? I don't have to spell it out to you guys. All of you know why the PPP doesn't want a commission of inquiry, because they know exactly what happened to that helicopter. They can't give any plausible reason why they sent those senior military guys, one former senior military guy that is beaten, on that flight, on that helicopter. They do not want you guys to know. And so they rush quickly in order to calm the family members down. We don't know what's the package that they give the family members as well, because that is how the PPP operates. And we can assume that they sweet talk the family members of those military officers who died, just like they went and they sweet talk the families, the parents of these folks. Remember, they said that.
What about the two survivors?
Yeah, the two survivors too. Lemon. We'll get to that shortly. I like how Lemon is thinking tonight. Lemon is on the verge of taking away Wayne Caesar's job from him. You'll have your own show too, Lemon.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Lemon. Right. So at this stage, they're not telling you what really transpired, what happened. So to sweet talk the family members of those in that helicopter crash, they rush to say that they're going to name a highway or part of a highway, a road, call it Heroes Highway. Beaton's engineering department, and all manner of things. That's what they do. They are lying to members of the public. They do not mean well at all. These vagabonds in the PPP regime are corrupt. They're running a criminal entity. It is not a government. Guyana does not have a government. And you guys don't want us to continue saying the same thing over and over, that Guyana doesn't have a government. Look at the Sioux situation. To this day, not a word. Remember, Irfan Ali was the one who said that he wants an investigation. Nothing. Are you surprised that the Sioux allegations still hanging over Jagdeo's head and nothing is being done about it?
No, because you know it's true. What are you going to do about it? You know it's true. You just want to fool the public that, there will be an investigation. There's no investigation.
Absolutely none. What about the Home Affairs Permanent Secretary who had her phone confiscated by U.S. authorities?
What about her? I don't hear about her.
They removed her from that ministry and put her somewhere else. Let's get your take on Malcolm Harry Paul, who they arrested and trumped up charges against Malcolm. You remember that case?
Yes.
Oh, you read a lot, Lemon. What is your take on the trumped up charges against Malcolm?
I think it was wrong, and that's political motivated. So
politically motivated indeed. Let me get your honest take on Brian Max and the fact that he was badly beaten.
Well, all of a sudden, Brian Max got quiet. I don't know why. He should still keep talking. Don't scare these goons.
Still talking. Don't scare these goons. He's not talking a lot now.
We just kind of get quiet.
But your friends, them in the opposition, aren't saying anything either. What is your take, sir?
Well, they should say more. Come out and say more.
If they're listening right now, if Aubrey Compton Norton, the leader of the opposition, is watching this program right now, or some of them in the opposition are watching, what is your message directly to them? Look into the camera, Lemon. We're not going to show you, though. You look into that camera over there, and we pretend that everybody's seeing you. Talk directly to Aubrey Norton.
Well, Aubrey, I want you to come out more, be on the ground, confront Infinali and Jagdo with what they're doing to our people. Just confront them.
What confront them how? Because you want them to have more press conferences?
No press conferences. Come on the ground, shut the country down or something. Confront these guys.
Shut the country down. He has said that he doesn't want to protest.
Well, if you don't want to protest, well, give somebody a chance to be that, get out there.
You think Aubrey Compton Norton is afraid?
I don't think he's afraid, but something, you gotta be more vibrant.
What do you expect of the MPs for 2024, Lemon?
Be out there. We need to see you guys more. I'm confronting these guys.
You need to see them more.
Yes.
And you need to confront, and they need to be more proactive. Can't disagree with you at all, Lemon. People expect the opposition to be more proactive for 2024. We can't go wrong with that at all. We cannot go wrong with that at all. Lemon, as we're
gonna try to get out to Brian Max and see what he's, what's his position about.
Yeah, and just so that you guys know, is there anything else you wish to say? Is there anything else you wish to bring to the attention of our listeners before we go? Lemon.
No, not at this time.
No, come on, Lemon. You got to say something. We're about to close off. You got to say something.
Well, next year, you're going to hear from me more often. And it's going to be a better program, better quality, and everything next year.
That's all, Lemon.
I will be working for my money.
Oh, gosh. Lemon say he will be working for his money. Guys, here's where we'll have to pull the curtain down. And somebody's asking, someone asked earlier about Charandas, and I noticed Rhonda Lane, the fighter there in Guyana, she's asking what about Charandas? Well, I can't speak much in terms of what about Charandas. We just tried to get on to Brian Max. There is one of his phones ringing out, but we have noticed that some of you guys are saying that he's out. But what about Charandas? We heard that he's on his deathbed, probably on his way out. Sparks. We don't know, but we heard that Sparks may end up having to take one. But what's your take on Charandas? And he's supposedly on deathbed. What do you have? Would you pray for his recovery or what? Talk to us.
No, I would not. I'm sorry to say that, but I know I would not.
Even though he's on his deathbed?
I would not.
Even though he's on his deathbed?
I would not.
Okay, we'll just leave. We'll leave that as it is. We're not going to get into any reason as to why you wouldn't. So Brian Max about 5 hours ago said back on the road until they find another. So Brian Max is back on the road. Congratulations. We're glad that Brian Max is back on the road. They found another reason to lock him up, and this is what the corrupt PPP regime does. So Brian Max is back on the road. He's back. And so I noticed some of you are saying Brian Max is afraid to speak. But what about most of those MPs who themselves are afraid to speak? They should be representing your interests, but they're not speaking up on a lot of things. I see some of them just running around doing little, sharing out little hampers and so forth. Maybe that's their way of speaking up. All right. I want to say good night to all of you and all of the legitimate warriors out there, the real fighters out there. You guys know who those real fighters are. You don't fight up to be recognized as fighters, but you're fighters. We know who you are, and we salute you, all of you. When you have individuals who fight up to run down us here on 107 and have programs at the same time that we are having our program, and don't think that we should see that as an insult or a direct attack on us, and we disregard you guys as individuals. We disregard you guys as being part of the struggle, at least not our struggle for a better Guyana. And so we'll discuss that in some other time. But for now, hey, we love you guys, all of you, half, quarter, full, all of you, every single one of you. You know what I mean? Lemon, anything else before we go, sir?
No.
All right, so we'll make a decision on Lemon, whether he gets his job back or not. We still have a lot of things to iron out. You'll have to check the accounts.
I wonder.
You'll have to check.
There's the vote, if you know.
That's all right. You'll have to check with the accounts department to see what's on the balance book there and so forth. We got lots of things to discuss, Lemon. But we appreciate that you came into studio almost in tears for your job back. You haven't gotten your job back as yet. You're a tough cookie. We'll make a decision by the end of this week. But for now, God bless all of you, every single one of you. We appreciate the fact that you have taken time out to be with us. And God bless all of you legitimate, all of you sincere fighters out there, real fighters. God bless you. So long. Again, thanks, Lemon. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yep. Thank you all.
Basement level vibes with another one, straight up blackness. Aye, who tell the truth? Mark Benscop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benscop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benscop, straight up from the root. Mark Benscop, who tell the truth? Mark Benscop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benscop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benscop, straight up from the root. Mark Benscop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight.
Yeah, my name is Jasmine Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cup. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
So this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
with another one, straight up, blackness I am. Aye. Who tell the truth? Margaret Stop, defend the ghetto youth. Margaret Stop, radio station is the fruit. Margaret Stop, straight up from the root. Margaret Stop, who tell the truth? Margaret Stop, defend the ghetto youth. Margaret Stop, radio station is the fruit. Margaret Stop, straight up from the root. Margaret Stop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, and Scott stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can need it, don't contact the cripple can walk. Who tell the truth? Margaret Stop, defend the ghetto youth. Margaret Stop, radio station is the truth. Margaret Stop, straight up from the root.